take the country forward. Back to you, Jesse.
Thank you for that conversation with the Kimilili Member of Parliament, Didmas Baraza. It was short but sweet, straight to the point, calling out Gen Z, saying there are other generations in this country as well, even as he supported the formation of the government of national unity. Allow us to hear from our viewers back at home. Our first caller is on the line, Francis Moranga, a familiar name from Kisii County. Moranga, good afternoon. In a minute or two, give us your take.
Jesse, for giving me this golden opportunity today. What I want to say is that Gen Z, that is Generation Z, those are the Kenyans, young Kenyans, brilliant Kenyans, and the people of high integrity. They want and they have given their demands to the government of Kenya to respond to, not to pass through Raila Odinga or any other opposition leaders. Right now, Jesse, as you can see, Parliament is just a voting machine. They are working like robots. They are not taking in the interest of Kenyans at the heart. In fact, we are really read down. In Kenya, we don't want a national unity. We want, if Ruto has taken leadership of the country, let him stay ahead. But right now, what is there is not obeying the law. And that has made Kenya to be where we are. Right now, kwa kusema Kiswahili ni kwamba Ruto ametoka kwa barabara ya siasa, amechukua gari ya Wakenya wote, anaikimbisha ndani ya msitu. Saa hii, hatuna gari yetu ya Kenya. Haina taa, haina pambalis, haina chochote. It is just working. Now it's calling support from Raila after failing to take us where we wanted. I tell Kenneth Ondiek, in fact, you are trying to save UDA, but you are far from the point. Because you speak like somebody quarreling, extraordinary time that you are talking of, Kenyans need answers, whether short-term or long-term solutions. The one which is really concerning Kenyans is like that's where money is going to pay internal and external debts which we don't know. Chili Wanchigi, a very good Kenyan, came to our rescue Kenyans, and they said how to handle that. Instead, what did you see the president doing? Is diverting, going to Kenya Law Society, going to pick people who does not know the genesis and the proper way of getting to know the debts that the Kenyans have. In fact, we are lost. Baba is also misleading us, and they are read down to Kenyans. Baba Raila Odinga ametuangusha kama wana ODM.
Okay, Francis Moranga, we appreciate your feedback, definitely pointing to the youth issues perhaps being hijacked. Mentioned that Parliament is an appendage of the executive in terms of the decisions and the voting we've seen so far, and finally finishing with his reservations around ODM sort of giving members to join government. Let's shift focus to Habib Omar right now, who is calling from Riverside, right here in Nairobi County. Omar, good afternoon. In a minute or two, give us your take kindly.
Good afternoon, Jesse. Jesse, Generation Z did their part. They did very well, and the president, of course, reversed the financial bill. At the same time, he did get away with the CSS. That was what Jay-Z were asking. But what our young men and women lacked is that kind of leadership. They are all supposed to have leadership because they cannot talk all of them in millions. Because what they would have done first is to get a memorandum, to write exactly what they really wanted, so that they may get involved with this situation. In that way, it would have been better. So the opposition leader and the other people found a way to come in so that to fill the vacuum that Jay-Z didn't. But now what I should say is that they should not forget that these people are the people who started the war or the fights so that the president could hear their cry. Now, but not having a leadership, there is nowhere in the world, even in schools. In schools, we have monitors. In schools, we have prefects. In schools, we have presidents. We must have leadership in any organization. And that is where Gen-Zs failed to have to get that opportunity. But all is not lost because they did their part. They did it very well. In fact, the only problem is that they ended up getting insulted. But
all right, Habib, thank you. We've definitely gotten your views in terms of Gen Z lacking leadership.